You're making me sick. Yes, that's what's going on today. Hey guys, welcome back to Talking eBay. Today we're doing a quick episode, actually a very special episode. We're going to have a special guest, so stay tuned. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. Just wanted to say hi and see how everything is going. Yes, fourth quarter is here. It is time to get out there and source and list everything you can. Now it's getting to the end of yard sale season, unfortunately, and hopefully you are out there getting a lot of stuff. And also, I've been getting a ton of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you have not, you should be. Just go to Facebook Marketplace, go into the search bar, and then type in free stuff near me. And that'll bring up anything that people have left over from their yard sales that they want to get rid of. And they're basically free. I mean, I picked up 2 VCRs last week. I picked up a stereo, old school stereo receiver. I'm picking up stuff all the time. They're just getting rid of it. They don't want to throw it in the dump. So they're putting it online, come pick up, curb pickup, all these different things they're putting out there. So get out there and definitely do your diligence and get out there and get the free stuff. Why pay for it? Especially now at the end of the year, people are ending up their yard sales. They're finishing up and they really want to get their stuff out there and they want to get rid of it. So, and you can absolutely take as much as you want. They don't care. They want it out of their house. Now, I did pick up a blower maybe about 4 months ago. I think I told you I got a leaf blower. I put a new carburetor on it for like $13 and ended up did sell it for $100, which is fine. I'm happy with that. It's a great transaction, great ROI, and no complaints. Very easy to do. And so that was really easy fix for me, easy flip. Take something that was going to go in the trash. I picked it up out of the trash. I was able to repair it and able to sell it for some cash. So trash into cash. That's exactly what I did. And you guys can do the exact same thing. So get out there, go on Facebook. Don't be afraid to, look for things. Don't be afraid to pick up stuff on the side of the road. It's just people want to get rid of it. And this season now. Now probably until November or as soon as it starts getting really crappy out. And depending on what region you're in, of course. But definitely get out there and don't be afraid. And search every day. And also you can set up notifications to let you know when things are being put out for free or free curb pickup. You can save that in your Facebook notifications in Facebook Marketplace, and you can do that too. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do to get notified and keep up top, keep on it and things like that. Also work with people who do estate sales. They want to get rid of the rest of their trash. They don't want to take it to the dump, and they'll give it to you. So ask them, say, when's your last day? Do you have anything you want to get rid of? I'll be glad to take it off your hands. And they'll be glad to give it to you because they have to go dump it and they have to pay to dump it. So for them, it's a win-win. You win, they win, everybody wins. So definitely get out there and do that. So how's your eBay journey doing? I hope it's doing well. Like I said, we have a special guest today, so stay tuned. In a few minutes, we're going to be talking to our special guest. And it's very interesting, this little experiment I wanted to do and test this idea. And you're going to see what it is in a few minutes, so stay with me. So I hope everything is going well. I hope you're out there sourcing. Like I said, fourth quarter is coming. Halloween is almost here, another month, even though all the Christmas stuff is out already. Halloween's not here. It's getting earlier and earlier. I think like July 4th next year, they'll be putting out the Christmas stuff. It's like stupid already. But, that's what they do for marketing. They want to get out there in your face. And there's so many cool things out there today. It's crazy. And the more stuff they put out this year, next year, the more stuff's going to be in the yard sales in a few years down the line, right? This is how this works. It's it's called the life cycle of a product, basically. You buy it brand new, you use it, you throw it away or resell it, and then you get it, you use it, you might throw it away, you might resell it. It's crazy, right? It's just unbelievable how many different things you can do when you have different products like that. So take that trash and turn it into absolute cash. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I definitely would do that. Don't be afraid to just pick up stuff. It's fantastic. Like I said, pick up 2 VCRs, and you can sell those for around, I think like $40, $50. I mean, I think the VCR market's kind of dipping a little bit. It was really hot for a while. I mean, we were getting like really good money. So again, things do cycle up and down. So don't hold on. That's why I was always telling you, don't hold on to stuff. Don't have a death pile because things they're gonna fall off and you're gonna lose. So get it on the market, get it listed. Don't hold on to stuff because things cycle. There's a reciprocal cycle of products. Things change and people are in and people are out. I noticed VCR sales will pick up more during the holiday time, Christmas time, people want to watch their old movies when they were kids, right? You know, the generation, whatever the generation is, you know, baby boomers, whatever. They want to watch their old movies. You know, even kids in their 40s. You know, their parents in 40s and 50s, their parents had VCRs and videotapes, and that's what they had. So they had all these old movies. They want to watch them. They don't have VCRs anymore. They don't sell them. So what do you get them? You have to get them online. So I always see a big uptick in December with VCR sales. And we also sell on Facebook Marketplace. So if you find stuff you want to resell, put them on Facebook Marketplace, put it on eBay. And you'd be surprised how many things I sell on Facebook Marketplace. A ton all the time. And sometimes even more than eBay, believe it or not, because I try to keep things, similar in pricing. And people just say, okay, I'll take it. And they just want it. And it doesn't really matter. So don't be afraid to list it. And that's just really cool. I've been selling a lot of cool stuff lately. I've been listing some of my old stuff. Now, if you have old stuff in your house that you no longer want, I have a watch collection, right? Now I have an Apple Watch. I don't even wear my watches anymore. So I have a bunch of old watches, and I'm going to start selling them because they're just sitting in the drawer for the last 10 years doing nothing. And, you get about batteries and this and that. And so I'm listing some of those and selling some of my old watches. So if you have old watches, old pieces of jewelry, things like that, definitely time to start listing those things and get those up and running. Super important to do that. So go through your collection, see what needs batteries, fix what has to be fixed, and sell it. And you'll be surprised how much money you can get. I have an old Star Trek watch I just found. Never wore it. I have the box and everything. I think I paid $20, maybe $15, I forget. I'm selling it for $65. Now, there's not a lot on. There's like one other person who's listing it for $50 plus shipping, and I put mine for $65. So why did I do $65, not $50 or $49 or $45? A lot of sellers or a lot of people will tell you, well, sell it for a few bucks less. And you maybe, that's just, that's the race to the bottom in my book. My idea is to make a better quality listing, give more information. I put a new battery in my watch. So I'm promoting brand new battery. I'm promoting more details. I'm promoting the colors. I'm promoting the box paperwork. So even though the other person has new in the box, I have more detail about new in the box and new battery, never worn, which it was not, and all the information like that. So I'll ask a little bit more money. If someone makes an offer, it's okay. Maybe I'll entertain it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But there's only two, me and the other person. So there's not a lot on. So there's no competition. So if that one does sell off, you're next in line. So it's okay to be a little bit higher if there's not a lot of inventory or a lot of competition. So don't be afraid of that, okay? Don't be afraid of listing a little bit higher than you should, because it's okay sometimes, especially when it's only one on and you have the only one. So that's cool, right? So do that all day. And so that's cool. So the only other thing I want to talk to you about before we get to our special guest is that like I said, the holiday season's here. Don't be afraid to list. Get out there. A lot of my listeners are first-time sellers, and they listen and they'll take any action. My advice to you is this is the time to step in. With eBay, what's going on with AI, and the technology out there, it's really virtually unlimited of your potential for selling online. It doesn't matter if it's eBay, Mercari, I don't care where it is, whatnot. It doesn't matter. TikTok, it's crazy, right? Everything is nuts today. So YouTube, doesn't really matter. So, get out there, don't be afraid, and list those products. So I'm not going to go into a ton of bolos because I want to get into the next segment here with my special guest. I just want to remind you, check out my YouTube channel, Talking eBay on YouTube. And it's fantastic. Take a look at the channel. All these podcasts are on that channel as well as Spotify and all the other affiliates channels that pick up these podcasts. So that's what I have for you real quickly. Just wanted to say thank you very much for listening. 2025 was kind of wild. Hopefully 2026 will be a more prosperous year for all of us, more listings and more money, because you just never know, and we're going to do some segments next year on business ideas, and we're going to kind of change it a little bit with business. And what you should do for your business and retirement, if this is your full-time business, what to do financially, how to manage your money. Because, running a business is just one part. The rest of it is, how do you handle the back end of it, like retirement and savings and budgets and all that kind of stuff, right? And those are just as important as just listing an item on eBay. Because before you know it, you're running a full-time business. And if you're not doing it correctly in the back end, like saving and putting some money away and doing that stuff, you're going to find yourself in trouble and you're going to retire. So we don't want that to happen to you. So we're going to focus a little bit on that and get that rocking and rolling, because we want you to make a ton of Money, yes. Lots and lots of money. All right, so we're going to get to our special guest. I hope you enjoyed this little opening segment here. I appreciate your time as always. I always want to motivate you, educate you, and inspire you to get out there and make more out of eBay than you really feel is necessary, because I think it's really important to understand that it's really necessary to get out there and do this, because it's open for everybody and you can do it as well. All right, let's get into the next segment, and thanks for listening to Talking eBay. If you have any questions or any comments, you can email us at talkingebay23@gmail.com. That's talkingebay23@gmail.com. And let's get into the next segment. And today we're doing something very different and very unique. We're having a special guest today, and you won't believe who it is. I'm going to actually have her introduce herself to you. So hope everyone's doing well. This is something new and something different that I wanted to do for a little while, and I've seen other people doing it, so I wanted to try it myself. And so we're going to have a special guest, like I said, and let's see if she can introduce herself. Hi, special guest. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience? This is Talking eBay, and we're talking about eBay.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm ChatGPT, your AI assistant, and I'm thrilled to be here on the podcast. Today, we're diving into all things eBay, from shipping tips to selling strategies, and I'm here to help answer any questions and share some insights. Let's get started.
Awesome. So that's it. That's who our special guest is, ChatGPT. This is fantastic. I love this. So, hey, listen, guys, if you're out there sourcing and you're out there on the road and you're looking for new products and new ideas, we're going to ask ChatGPT her ideas and her suggestions on sourcing. So, ChatGPT, do you have a name, or we just call you ChatGPT?
You can just call me ChatGPT or whatever nickname you prefer. I'm totally flexible with that. And I'm excited to chat about sourcing and all the tips and tricks that can help out there.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's start off with the first thing. So what should somebody do to find products, let's say at yard sales? What do you think they should do? What is the proper procedure to do that?
Great question. When it comes to sourcing at yard sales, a good approach is to start with some research, know the types of items that sell well on eBay, then bring along a few tools like a price scanner or a smartphone to look up comps in real time. It also helps to have a keen eye for brand names, condition, and unique items. And of course, don't forget to negotiate and keep an open mind.
That's those are really, really great tips. I love that. Now, definitely people should have a smartphone. I think it's really important when you're outsourcing, knowing your facts, knowing what you're going to pay for something. That's really, really important, especially when you're listing. What other tips can you suggest to my audience as far as sourcing and negotiating? Do you think they should negotiate? Do you think they should just take what someone is asking for a price? How should they handle that part?
Absolutely. Negotiation is key. It's definitely worth trying to negotiate, especially if you're buying multiple items or if you notice any flaws. A good tactic is to start with a lower offer, but remain polite and respectful. Building a good rapport with the seller can go a long way too. And definitely keep an eye out for bundled deals or discounts if you buy multiple items. It's all about striking that balance and finding a fair price for both parties.
Yeah, I really agree with that. That's really, really a great suggestion, guys. So when you're out there sourcing, definitely, bundle things together, ask for a better price, be respectful. I think those are really, really fantastic tips. I really like that a lot. When you're out there talking to people, really the key thing to success when you're out there sourcing is really relationships. Wouldn't you agree with that, ChatGPT?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Building those relationships with sellers not only helps you get better deals, but it also means you might get access to more exclusive finds in the future. Over time, that trust and rapport can really pay off, making your sourcing trips even more fruitful and enjoyable.
Yeah, those are really great tips, guys. So definitely when you're out there sourcing, ask for discounts, bundle things together. Don't be afraid to ask for deals. That's really what it is. And also ask them if they have something else in their house that maybe they didn't bring outside. Let's say, for instance, you like to shop for electronics and you're looking for old cameras. Ask them, say, hey, do you have any old cameras available? And they may say to you, well, yeah, I have a bunch of them I forgot to bring out. Let me get them for you. And that's a really good idea. So definitely, always ask for if you don't see it, ask. They might have it under the table. They forgot to bring it out, or maybe they just forgot they even had it. So that's really an interesting, way of doing business. Always ask for certain things that you like, especially in your niche or whatever you're doing. Now, ChatGPT. When you're out there and you're sourcing and you're looking around and you go to thrift stores, what is the best strategy for thrift stores?
That's a great question. When it comes to thrift stores, one solid strategy is to visit regularly since their inventory changes often. It's also helpful to have a clear idea of your niche and what brands or items tend to sell well. Another good tip is to check the sections that are less crowded because sometimes the best finds are hidden away. And definitely keep an eye out for items that are mispriced or overlooked. Plus, don't forget to look for those hidden gems in the electronics, books, or even vintage sections.
Okay, that's really a great tip as well. Definitely look out for that. Now, in your opinion or in your research, what is trending right now as far as on eBay? Like what's trending? Let's that's a great question. Wouldn't you think so?
Currently, vintage engagement rings are trending on eBay as many people are drawn to those unique, timeless designs. Also, leopard print handbags are quite popular right now, especially with celebrities showing them off. So those are definitely some hot trends to keep an eye on when sourcing.
Now, what is the best way for people to research trending items? Should they go on, YouTube? Should they go on Google? Should they ask you? What do you think the best strategy is to find out what's trending?
Great question. Mix of methods works best. You can definitely check YouTube for trend reports and unboxings from top sellers. Google Trends is also super helpful for spotting emerging patterns. And of course, using eBay's own completed listings and trending items can give you real-time insights. And of course, I'm always here to help with quick research and suggestions too.
Okay, fantastic. I love that. That's really good. I never thought about using, ChatGPT myself personally for asking for trending. So that's something we actually learned together on the podcast. So I really appreciate that helpful hint. I think that's really a great idea. Really, really fantastic. Now let's move on to so we covered kind of thrift stores. Now, do you think you can ask for a discount in a thrift store, or do we have to pay what they're asking? What do you suggest?
That's a really good question. In most thrift stores, the prices are usually pretty fixed, especially at larger chains. But it never hurts to politely ask, especially if you're buying multiple items or if something is slightly damaged. Some smaller local thrift shops might be more open to negotiation too. It really depends on the store, but being courteous and friendly definitely goes a long way.
Yes, I agree with that 1,000%. I've found things in the past that were broken, or I know I could repair them, and I would ask for a discount and show them the flaw, and I would get a discount. So that's really a really good point. I love that. That's fantastic. Now, when you're out sourcing and you're out looking for new products and new ideas, and you're at yard sales and you're at thrift stores, sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes you make mistakes. So that does happen sometimes if you don't price things correctly. So what's the best strategy for pricing an item?
Absolutely. Pricing can definitely be a bit of an art. A good strategy is to start by researching comparable items on eBay, looking at both completed listings and current ones, factor in the item's condition, any unique features, and the demand. Also consider the fees and shipping costs so you can factor those in. It's also helpful to start with a competitive price and then adjust based on how quickly it sells. And don't forget to keep an eye on market trends and be willing to tweak your prices if needed.
That's a really great idea. I do love that. That's really some really good tips. I always say that in my podcast, don't be afraid to, price things correctly and then, always look around and see what the deals are. So those are really, really great tips. I love that. So what are other tips can you give my listeners as far as taking photos? Now, how important are photos when you're making eBay listings? Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. Photos are crucial. High quality, clear images can really make or break a listing. It's important to show the item from multiple angles and highlight any flaws or unique features. Natural lighting is always best. And a simple clutter-free background helps keep the focus on the item. Also including close-ups of labels, tags, or any serial numbers can add credibility and help buyers feel confident. So great photos definitely boost your chances of a successful sale.
I think that's fantastic. Now, I also tell my listeners also just to talk about all the flaws, disclose everything clearly because you want to be very clear and transparent so there's no issues with refunds and returns. The clearer the photos, the more detailed you are in your descriptions, the better chance of a successful sale going through and the customer being very, very happy. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Transparency is key. Being upfront about any flaws or imperfections not only builds trust with buyers, but also reduces the chances of returns and disputes. Detailed descriptions and clear, high-quality photos definitely go a long way in ensuring a positive experience for everyone. It's all about building that good reputation and fostering repeat business.
Yes, I agree with that 1,000% as well. Now, a lot of people I've seen in the chats and on Facebook and different groups out there that people are getting frustrated because they feel like they're getting scammed. And this does happen. People will report something is not as described. They'll say they didn't get what they ordered. And what is the best way to handle that?
That's definitely a common challenge. The best approach is to maintain clear communication with the buyer from the start. Make sure your listings are as accurate and detailed as possible. If an issue does come up, respond promptly and professionally and try to resolve it amicably. Offering partial refunds or returns when necessary can help maintain trust. It's also good to document everything. Keep records of communication and photos. And if things get tricky, eBay's Resolution Center can also help mediate. Overall, staying proactive and transparent is key.
Yeah, I agree with that too as well. Sometimes it's just if it becomes frustrating if there's a case or something happens, and how do you handle that? So it's good to communicate with the seller and the buyers back and forth. Very important. Also, tell eBay you can report somebody as well if something happens, and if you feel like someone's trying to take advantage of you or trying to dupe you, whatever it is. That's why eBay is there. That's why they have the reporting section. This is why you have good photos, good descriptions. That way you can document exactly what happened. And believe it or not, sometimes eBay, and then most of the time they will side with you or give you a partial refund or maybe even give you a full refund, depending on how it's tracked. I mean, eBay is pretty fair, both much more fair than the other platforms that are out there that what I'm talking about. eBay at least gives you a fighting chance and someone to talk to, and that's really important on that part. Wouldn't you agree with that, ChatGPT?
Absolutely. I completely agree. eBay does offer a pretty robust resolution process, and having that support can definitely give sellers and buyers peace of mind. Being proactive and documenting everything thoroughly definitely helps, and it's great to know that eBay is generally fair and willing to assist. It definitely makes the entire process a lot smoother and more trustworthy for everyone involved.
Fantastic. Now I have another question for you, ChatGPT. What is the best pricing or the best store plans when someone's starting out? What should they do and how should they go about doing that?
Great question. When starting out, it's usually a good idea to begin with eBay's basic store plan, like the starter or the basic plan, because they offer a lower monthly fee and a manageable number of free listings. As you grow and start selling more, you can always upgrade to higher tier plans like the premium or anchor plans, which offer more free listings and reduced fees per listing. It's all about scaling gradually and keeping an eye on how your sales are growing. Also keep an eye out for any promotions or discounts that eBay offers for new sellers, which can help lower costs in the beginning.
So let's continue the conversation. So ChatGPT, tell me a little bit about eBay's return policy, or how should someone prepare their return policy, and what should it be? What do you suggest they do for a return policy?
Absolutely. eBay's return policy is pretty flexible, and it's a good idea to offer at least a 30-day return window because that can help build trust and attract more buyers. It's important to clearly state who covers the return shipping and whether you offer refunds, replacements, or exchanges. Also, make sure your policy is consistent with eBay's guidelines and is clearly communicated in your listings. That way buyers know what to expect, and it helps prevent misunderstandings. Overall, a clear and fair return policy can lead to happier customers and smoother transactions.
Okay, that's actually really good advice. Now, should someone offer free shipping or should they charge for shipping? What do you think about that strategy?
That's a great consideration. Offering free shipping can definitely make your listings more attractive and boost visibility, since buyers often filter by free shipping. You can factor the shipping cost into the item price, which can make it more appealing. On the other hand, charging for shipping can sometimes work if you're selling heavy or bulky items, or if you want to keep your item price lower to attract more bids. Ultimately, it depends on the type of product and your overall pricing strategy, but a lot of sellers find success with free shipping.
Yeah, I do. I don't usually charge free shipping. I usually charge for shipping. I don't really do free shipping, and I don't find that it is an issue as much because I do sell unique and different items. So I don't see that as an issue for me. But if you have unique and different items and there's not a lot of competition, you can charge for shipping. That's just me. So what should someone do? Should they do auctions or fixed pricing?
Absolutely. It really depends on the type of items and your goals. Auctions can be fantastic for rare or collectible items because they can create a sense of urgency and competition, potentially driving the price up. On the other hand, fixed pricing is great for items that have a steady demand and you want to maintain consistent sales without the unpredictability of an auction. Sometimes a hybrid approach works well too, like starting with a fixed price and then switching to an auction if the item doesn't sell. Ultimately, it's all about experimenting and seeing what works best for your specific items and market.
Okay, yeah, I do like that. That's really some great suggestions. I think that's fantastic. All in all, eBay is a really good platform. It's been around for a really long time. eBay, 30 years, as we all know. They had their anniversary, the 25th party they had in Vegas. And eBay has a lot of good education out there. So it's always good to keep on, a lookout for your local get together or meet up, whatever they call it now. There's all different things. They change the names all the time. So I think eBay has a lot of good support out there, a lot of groups, a lot of chat rooms, whatever they are. Just so much information out there. So don't worry about, always learn. Always learn. That's really what it's all about, constantly learning and informing yourself and really getting get down deep and say, okay, what's things selling for? How much can I charge for it? And things like that. So ChatGPT. So let's talk about, we talked about photos. Photos are really important. What about video? Do you think video is important?
Absolutely. Video can be a fantastic addition. Including a short video in your listing can really help showcase the item in action, highlight its features, and give buyers a more comprehensive view. It can build trust by showing the item's condition and functionality more clearly. Plus, it can set your listing apart from others and potentially increase engagement and conversion. So definitely worth considering if you can.
Now, is it difficult to do videos on eBay? How difficult is it?
It's actually pretty straightforward. eBay makes it relatively simple to add videos. You can upload them directly from your device, and usually the videos are short clips, typically under a minute or two. The process is pretty user-friendly, and you don't need any special equipment, just a smartphone or camera and some basic editing if needed. Once you have the video, you can just embed it into your listing, and it's good to go. Overall, it's quite accessible and not too complicated at all.
Okay, yeah, I do know that. I think that's not available yet. I don't think. I know that's something they are working on, is uploading it from your device. So I'm not sure if that's available quite yet. Or maybe it is. I haven't really checked yet. So maybe it is. You might be right. I don't know. We'll have to find out ourselves. We'll take a look at that. So eBay's been around for 30 years, and it's a great platform to sell on. And how should someone start out who's never listed before? What should they do first? Should they go out and buy things? Should they go in their house and look around in their home? What is the best strategy for someone who never, ever listed on eBay before?
That's a great starting point. For beginners, it's often easiest to begin with items you already have at home. That way you get a feel for the process without investing upfront. Start by researching similar items on eBay to see how they're priced, and then create detailed listings with good photos and clear descriptions. Once you get comfortable, you can slowly expand by sourcing from local thrift stores, garage sales, or even online. And definitely take advantage of eBay's educational resources and community forums to learn as you go. It's all about taking those small, manageable steps and building confidence over time.
Yes, I agree with that. It does take some confidence. Sometimes you have to take baby steps to really, get going and get confident and, list a few things. Always start listing, maybe 2 or 3 items a week and just keep going from there. Being product research is the key to success. Don't overprice, don't underprice, and know your shipping. Very, very important. Wouldn't you agree with that, ChatGPT?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. Consistency and careful research really make a difference. Starting small and gradually scaling up helps build that confidence and understanding of the platform. And definitely being mindful of pricing and shipping details ensures that you stay competitive and profitable. It's definitely a journey, but with patience and persistence, it all pays off.
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, definitely consistency is the key to most success in my book. I mean, if you're consistently always listing, consistently always learning, you will succeed, including with eBay. So that's something you should do. Always keep listing, learning, finding new products, getting ideas, and just, growing and learning the process behind eBay. So if you never listed before, definitely pick up your phone or pick up, go online and just, list something they have around the house, some old clothes, your kids' clothes, things like that. Everybody has old stuff they want to throw away, or everybody's putting things on the curb today. Everything's doing curb sales. Everyone's getting rid of everything. So there's so much stuff everybody has. You can get out there and you can list it online and make a few extra bucks. Why not? Hey, it's better than going into the landfill. Don't throw it away. If it's worth something, definitely worth listed on eBay. Now, eBay's been around, like I said, for 30 years, ChatGPT. And what do you think the future of AI is going to be with eBay? What is your thought on that?
I think AI is going to play an increasingly significant role in eBay's future. We'll likely see more advanced AI tools to help sellers with things like pricing optimization, inventory management, and even automated customer support. We might also see AI-driven insights that help sellers identify trending products and forecast demand. Plus, AI can enhance the buyer experience by offering more personalized recommendations and streamlined searches. Overall, AI will probably make the platform more efficient and user-friendly, benefiting both buyers and sellers. It's definitely an exciting direction.
I know eBay is definitely getting really heavy into AI, as in everybody else is online, and AI is definitely making a big impact as far as taking photos. They use AI to remove background. They use AI to create backgrounds, create images, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff and using the tools that eBay has available with AI. So I think AI is definitely going to be the future. It's going to be very helpful. Price reductions, inventory control, understanding what's going on with your business, and so forth. So ChatGPT. So now that we know that someone should, start out with slowly and take photos and learn about all that kind of stuff. What other suggestions or advice would you get somebody that's new, that's never ever listed anything before on anywhere? What should they do? I mean, what's the first step for them?
For someone brand new, the very first step is to create an eBay account and familiarize yourself with the platform's basics. Then start by selecting a few items around your home that you no longer need. Take clear, well-lit photos and write honest and detailed descriptions. It's also super helpful to watch a few beginner tutorials or read eBay seller guides to get a good understanding of best practices. And don't hesitate to start small, experiment, and learn from each listing you create. Over time, you'll get more comfortable and confident, and that experience will really pay off.
Now, should people also list on other platforms, or do you think they should just stick with just eBay, or should they do Facebook or Craigslist? What do you think about multi-platform selling? ChatGPT?
I definitely think multi-platform selling can be beneficial. Each platform has its own audience and advantages. For example, eBay gives you a keep it concise. In short, multi-platform selling can definitely help increase visibility and sales. Platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or even Poshmark or Mercari, no worries at all. In summary, a multi-platform approach can definitely broaden your reach and help you find the best audience for your items. It's all about experimenting and finding what works best for you. Let me know if you need anything else.
No, that'd be great. I really appreciate all your help and all your insight. You have a lot of information that really, it's amazing how quickly you can use the ChatGPT and AI to create a podcast. And now that's pretty wild, guys. So if you enjoyed this podcast, let me know. I mean, this is just an experiment today, just to see how it is. And if you have some suggestions or if you have a comment, go ahead and leave it in the comment section in this podcast. I'd like to know, what do you think about this? How do you think this went? This is an experiment, like I said, not my typical standard show. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do something that would integrate with AI, because everything is really going that way. And to have an AI guest is a way to do it, right? Think about that. That's pretty cool. I mean, really is pretty cool. So ChatGPT, before we wrap it up for this segment, I want you to give my audience a little bit of a pep talk and get them motivated and moving forward with eBay.
Absolutely. I'd love to. To everyone out there diving into eBay, remember that every expert was once a beginner. It's all about taking those first steps, learning along the way, and not being afraid to experiment. Of course, to everyone out there, just remember that every journey begins with that first step. Stay curious, keep learning, and don't get discouraged by any bumps along the road. Consistency and persistence are your best friends. Keep pushing forward, embrace the learning process, and celebrate every small victory. You've got this, and there's a whole community out here ready to support you. Go for it, and happy selling.
Thank you so much, ChatGPT. And people can reach out to you if they have any questions. All right, ChatGPT. Well, thank you so much. We're going to just shut this down for now. take her offline. Okay, so that was, using ChatGPT as a guest. I think that was kind of weird. I liked it. It was a little quirky at the end a little bit. She was like, maybe she was losing focus. I don't know. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, just reach out to me. Let me know. I appreciate your time as always. And hope you're doing well with selling. We'll do another episode in the future. We'll do some more episodes just recapping and going over the future and more things with eBay. And that's really what it's about. Okay, guys. Well, thanks so much for listening to this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be doing some more podcasts in the future. And if you like it, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Like I said, appreciate your time as always. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you at the next Talking eBay.